We will to get our acts together, and our strength is in our people, our youth, our culture, our resilience, our ability to succeed despite the odds. A huge responsibility before rests on this and succeeding administration to develop, harness, and fulfill our enormous potential into force to be reckoned with globally. Thus far, we Nigerians can be proud of our history since independence in 1960.
The president also said efforts will be channeled towards rapid infrastructural development in every part of the country to provide easy and safe movement of Nigerians from one place to another. He also said the federal will, in few months' time, begin to improve activities in other ports to decongest the Lagos ports.
Fellow Nigerians, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we know that there exists a strong correlation between economic inequality and insecurity. When economic inequality rises, insecurity rises. But when we actively reduce inequality through investments in social and hard infrastructure, insecurity reduces. The disturbing increase in rates of kidnapping, banditry, and other criminal activities can be attributed to the decades of neglect and corruption in social investment, infrastructure development, education, and healthcare. This issue is further compounded by the impact of our changing climate and ecology.
President Muhammadu Buhari re-emphasized that his administration will not derail from its initial programs, including anti-corruption, security, economic improvement, quality education, adding that to the heart of the challenge facing Nigeria is pervasive corruption.
And we have seen this at all levels. For Nigeria to progress, a collective resolution to address corruption and foster broad-based prosperity is required to create a country that is not only for a few privileged, but for all Nigerians. This charge is not only to civil servants, ministers, legislators, and state government functionaries, but also to corporate leaders. We shall make greater investments in our rural economies. We shall aggressively source locally our raw materials. We have incentives for investments statistically made in rural communities. However, nationwide development cannot occur from Abuja alone.
President Muhammadu Buhari ended his address with the renaming of the Abuja National Stadium to MKO Abiola National Stadium. Meanwhile, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Goodluck Jonathan, and former head of state Yakubu Gowon were conspicuously absent at the Eagle Square. But foreign dignitaries at the event include presidents of Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Namibia, Niger, Congo, Liberia, Gambia, and Guinea-Bissau. Others are the vice presidents of South Sudan, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Egypt, and representatives of presidents of Benin Republic, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Czech Republic, France, Ireland, Japan, Mali, Kenya, Morocco, Malawi, and Belgium. Also in attendance is Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, as well as President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan and House of Representatives Speaker Femi Bajabiamila, amongst others. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has described the celebration of June 12 as the soul of democratic struggle. The former vice president, in a statement he personally signed, said June 12 is not merely to be declared a democracy day, but that the idea behind the event of June 12, 1993, demands Nigerians as Democrats to do a soul searching. Atiku added that it is not enough to declare June 12 a democracy day when the government of the day is disrespectful of the rule of law and wantonly disregards court orders. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Tinubu, has urged Nigerians not to take the democracy presently enjoyed in the country for granted or do anything to threaten its existence, as it was not won on a peaceful and comfortable platter of gold. Tinubu said June 12 should serve as a continual reminder to Nigerians on the imperative of pursuing the cause of justice in all spheres of life as a necessary condition for peace, prosperity, and progress. The party leader noted that May 29 does not carry the weight of significance that June 12 carries in the country's democratic sojourn. Tinubu said this in a statement entitled June 12, the truth that sets democracy free in our land. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has said it's wrong for anyone to try to reduce the worth of the June 12, 1999 presidential election struggle by robbing it in ethnic garb. Professor Soyinka, in a statement titled Democracy Day Premier 1, noted that even before the annunciation of June 12 as Democracy Day, the same rebel voices were already primed to degrade it and ridicule what should be a potent signpost for future generations. The playwright and social critic, no one denies that the immediate family of a victim of robbery feels the wrenches of dispossession more keenly than them. The election, which has been widely described as the fairest and won by the late business mogul Basharun MKO Abiola, was annulled by the military dictator General Ibrahim Babangida. Stakeholders have been speaking on the celebration of 20 years of interrupted democracy in Nigeria. Some of the respondents who spoke to our correspondent Chinedu Iwuna believe that the nation's democracy has done considerably well despite the numerous challenges facing the country. On the political front, the chieftain of the Labour Party, Chief Isaac Nwanwu, said the peaceful transitions from one administration to the other in the last 20 years have shown that the country's democracy is attaining maturity.
I think with our 20 years of our democracy has done well, despite its teaching problems. I also want to believe that the success of 2019 election and the swelling of UNESCO have actually surprised most people of the world, that despite our problems, we could still sustain and bring about peace in our democratic processes. I must salute the security agencies and Nigerians as a whole for our tolerance in observing the democratic process. We might be having more issues, particularly on area of strengthening our institutions, which I think that the Ninth National Assembly should be able to do more in strengthening our democracy. Our institutions like the police, the military, all the security agencies, the INEC, and the few other agencies of government that should be able to rise up to the challenges of sustaining our democracy.
Speaking on the 20 years of uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria, on his part, the chairman of the Rivers State Council of the United Labour Congress, Alex Agwanwo, acknowledged that the country's democracy was developing, but noted that a lot still needs to be done, especially as it relates to workers in Nigeria.
We believe that the workers' welfare should be prioritized. The struggle we passed through in the minimum wage passage, the 30,000 that was approved, even though it does not really meet expectations of the workers. But for us, it's to also allow time for things to take place. And we also have some other obnoxious labor laws, policies, which we also think that within the period, the government National Assembly have not really made the effort to look at those policies. We as labor leaders, we have also made some recommendations, and we also sent some proposal to the National Assembly, like the PIGB and other part of the Labor Acts and Trade Union Acts that is no more in conformity with the current industrial relation practice, when you compare it globally, which Nigeria is still using to today, and which is also affecting the labor movement in the country. So I think these are things we want the government at this time to begin to look at.
The Department of State Service has announced a nationwide crackdown on the individuals allegedly caught posting inciting materials on the internet, in a move that could provoke fresh debate about the potency of Nigerian constitution's free speech safeguards. The DSS said it had recently observed that some social media users were misrepresenting Nigeria's history to promote ethnic violence and tip the nation into crisis, which is a development it said must be urgently reversed through state interference. Spokesperson Peter Afunanya, in a statement, said the DSS was determined to ensure that the tribal chauvinists and mischief makers do not continue to exploit socio-political differences and internet platforms to threaten the peace and stability of the country. The service said regional and community elders should not only desist from making unguarded statements, but also help shut down all ethnically charged rhetoric by persons in their respective domains. Governments at all levels and citizens alike have been advised to see security as a collective responsibility. This counsel was given by the guest lecturer at the Unity House 2019 June 12 lecture, Professor Egosa Osage, while speaking on the topic insecurity, bigger than recession and a bigger threat to democracy. Osage blamed the state for not living up to its responsibilities to the citizens in various areas, including security, even as he charged the citizens to see themselves as agents of change in their various communities.
The state says it is your security and your welfare that is our primary responsibility. And yet the state is not able to deliver, on those freedoms, those rights. It cannot assure you, a livelihood. It cannot empower you. It cannot give you all that the Constitution says it should give to you. So we have problems, because the state is not leading the side of the bargain. And we therefore find that there's so much insecurity. And where does that lead us? It leads us to exit from the state. It leads us to now begin to look for alternative forms of security. We have to learn that one person's insecurity is our collective insecurity. We have to learn that we cannot leave the state only to continue to misbehave. We have the franchise. We must make the franchise count. That is our ultimate security. Thank you.
Speaking with newsman Kingsley Wali, said the program was put together to remind the political class that democracy cannot thrive in the midst of insecurity.
Because you need to be around to enjoy the benefits of democracy. So we felt that going forward, especially in the light of the federal government's decision, that this should actually be celebrated today. And when you tie that down with the reasons behind today, the sacrifices made by the Nigerian people, not just a few figures, but the Nigerian people who are steadfast in their belief that we wanted a democracy. Some people symbolize that struggle. But because it is our struggle, and we have it today, I'm sure we're going to make a lot more sense, a lot more meaning, and we'll live with it and we'll own it. So June 12, moving forward, it's the beginning of, more or less at the beginning of our political history. That's why we felt that security challenges should kickstart our conversation about democracy.
You are listening to the World News and Today 95.1 FM, a voice of the people. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. You're still on to the World News and Today 95.1 FM, a voice of the people. Traditional rulers in Ikwere local government area have welcomed the decision of the council to contract the services of Onelga Security Peace and Advisory Committee, OSPAC. Chairman of Ikwere Council of Traditional Rulers, Eze Blessing Wago, at a security summit in Isiokbo, said the presence of OSPAC will help check the activities of criminals in the area. Eze Wago added that it is in the best interest of Ikwere local government.
But I thank God for these people coming in now, the hospital coming in now, shall sleep with our two eyes closed. Because some of us got BP some time ago. I think by God's grace, with Aspak power now, we shall have our mind rest. As usual, I will support him always, he said I should do. I support him.
I mean, the
oh, the information. They have the information. Because no security will work without information. We shall help them, informing them what we saw in their communities. Anything we see that to solve their job, we won't fail to tell them and inform them that, well, intelligence is information. That's what I mean. I'm very, very happy for them.
Earlier, Chairman of Equerry Council Samuel Wanosike disclosed that 6 persons who allegedly connive with commercial bus drivers plying the Port Harcourt-Owerri Road have been arrested and assured that the council will not relent on reading the local government of criminals. Because
the criminals we're talking about, Okada men and Keke drivers, and most of the motorists are part of the criminal gangs. Let me even bring to your notice that recently we arrested 6 drivers who have connived with these young men from God is Good and Arutis. I won't mention their names. Because when we arrested the criminals, they said, sir, we won't go down alone. There are those who share the money with us. The drivers connived with them, carry passengers from Owerri, carry passengers from wherever. We have been shouting, don't take the community routes anymore. Take the major road if you're coming from Owerri. No, these drivers will get to Omorelu and make stories and divert into Omorelu Road and take Ubima and take Omademi, and they get there because they have arranged themselves. The rest of the bus will come out, the driver will match break and raise his hand, and the bus will come out, drag everybody. Only the driver will disappear with the bus. Sometimes they will even drag both the driver and leave him. Later he will discharge both the bus.
Wantombari Idetao has been arraigned before a high court sitting in Port Harcourt on 4-count charges of murder and unlawful sexual intercourse, exploitation and sexual abuse of late Idibari Litiagonis. Idetao is alleged to have committed the crime during a church night vigil in Kana local government area of Rivers State, where he allegedly defiled and murdered the 8-year-old Litia Gones. Trial Judge Justice Margaret Okbara ordered that the accused be remanded in prison custody after Idetao pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Counsel to the accused, Favor Iro Egbuelem, while speaking with newsmen, expressed readiness to defend Idetao.
Is a matter between the states and the Tambari, and the Tambari was allegedly charged for sexual abuse, exploitation of a child, and murder of the said child. So the defendant, Tambari, took his plea and pleaded not guilty to the charge. He was arraigned with about 4-count charges, of which he has pleaded not guilty.
On his part, the Prosecution Counsel, Antonia Osademe, who is the chairperson of the Federation of International Female Lawyers, FIDA, in Rivers State, said FIDA expressed confidence that justice will be served in the matter.
Sometimes in November 2018, we carried out a protest on and condemning the death of this little girl, 8-year-old girl. And from there, we followed up with the case file and ensured that the case file, the information was filed, and today it came up in court, and we are very happy. And we are still standing to ensure, to follow up, to ensure that the prosecution of this matter will come to a conclusion and justice will be done.
Our correspondent reports that the matter was adjourned till 29th and 30th July for hearing. And on the foreign scene, the UN Security Council has condemned recent violence in Sudan and called on Khartoum's military rulers and protest movements to work towards a solution to the crisis. In a unanimous statement, the Council called for an immediate halt to attacks against civilians and stressed the importance of upholding human rights. The appeal from world powers came a week after Russia and China had blocked a similar draft statement on the crisis in Sudan. More than 100 people were killed in a crackdown on protesters on June 3rd, according to a committee of doctors, but officials have said the death toll is much lower. Sudan has been led by a military council since its toppled President Omar al-Bashir on April 11 after months of nationwide protests against his autocratic rule, and negotiations between the military rulers and protest leaders had broken down over disagreements on whether a planned transitional body would be headed by a civilian or a military figure. Violent clashes have broken out in Hong Kong as police try to stop protesters storming the city's parliament, while tens of thousands of people blocked key arteries in a show of strength against government plans to allow extraditions to China. Police used tear gas, pepper spray, and batons to disperse crowds of black-clad demonstrators, most of them young people and students, calling for authorities to scrap the Beijing-backed law. Rows of riot police were quickly outnumbered by protesters, many wearing face masks, helmets, or goggles, who gathered in the center of the city ahead of a scheduled debate in the city's legislature. After the deadline expired, protesters broke into the forecourt of the LegCo offices in a bid to breach the building, and demonstrators were seen throwing missiles, including metal bars, at riot police. Hong Kong's leaders say the proposed law is needed to plug loopholes and to stop the city being a sanctuary for fugitives, and that safeguards are in place to ensure that political critics of Beijing will not be targeted. And in sports, following the crowd disturbances and harassment of match referees in one of the fixtures of match day 4 of the Nigerian Professional Football League Championship playoff, Kano Pillars FC has been fined 8 million naira and its captain Rabiu Ali banned from all NPFL activities and matches for a period of 12 matches. Supporters sympathetic to the Kano football side invaded the pitch, damaged perimeter fences and advertising panel, while hauling objects at the VIP stand at the end of the fixture between Kano Pillars and Rangers International, which ended 1-1. The league management company, in a summary jurisdiction notice, charged Kano Pillars with the 4-count breaches of the framework and rules of the NPFL. Rabiu Ali, on his part, was charged for accosting the referee and in so doing incited others to commit acts of violence and misconduct in breach of the rule of NPFL. And to end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed readiness to liberate Nigerians from poverty. DSS has announced a nationwide crackdown on Nigerians posting inciting comments on the social media. Traditional rulers in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State have welcomed the decision to contract the Onelga Security Peace and Advisory Committee to fight insecurity in the local government. And on the foreign scene, the UN Security Council has condemned the recent violence in Sudan. And that was the news as edited by Victor Isiama. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-5341-8657 or 081-4434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Buchi Rafua. Good evening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting, fantastic, scintillating edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. And it's your Superman in the world of sports, the man who can never leave football for snowball, Wisdom Obina. And I'm set to fly you through the ever-exciting world of football. But I'm not alone in the show today. I've got Victor Oriahi. Victor, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. Good evening to everyone listening. Like I always say, it's great to be here. The final day of the MPFL Championship playoffs, and it looks like we have ourselves a winner already.
All right, and talking of a winner, this is what it should be right now in the city of Aba. All right, I tell you, Eyimba look like they are coasting home with the MPFL title for this season. I tell you, they are leading that one 2-0 as we speak. Yes, they are leading 2-0 against Aqua United right there at the Agege Stadium. The first goal, I think, that came in the 43rd minute. You know, they were leading 1-0 going into halftime before, of course, they rallied round in the second half. There was a first game, by the way, FC Fanyu, but they lost to Enugu Rangers 4-2. That one ended. Christian Madu scoring twice, Godwin Aguda and Badamosi all on the score sheet. While it was Samson who did get the 2 goals for FC Ifanyu. But for Eyimba, yes, as I told you, they are leading 2-0 as we speak. Ruben Bala and Solomon Dimba with the goals. And it just looks like, Victor, before I go to the other stories, especially the Super Falcons, it just looks like Eyimba will officially become the most successful team in the Nigerian Professional Football League.
It's a matter of minutes. In the next 15 minutes per se, we can definitely say that as Eyimba looks to be coasting home, not just with 3 points, but also with the MPFL title fully in the bag. I mean, big one for them. He just keeps wondering. These guys, Eyimba wasn't in the... They didn't finish their group top.
They were third.
They were third on the group. But look at them. They're getting home with the championship playoffs the way it ends as it stands. But then it looks like... I want to say they're already champions because, the match is live on our screen and we really cannot see what Aqua United have been doing. They're really not so... Not so prolific per se in front of goal, and of course Theophilus Afelo, he has been amazing. Solomon Dimba for Eyimba, this guy has been one of the best players on the pitch as we speak, doing justice for them. But just to talk about the match between Enugu Rangers and Ifeanyi, really sad for Ifeanyi. They got into these championship playoffs and they could not even get a point from the championship.
Terrible display by the guys,
terrible,
I tell you.
Got to say, Godwin Aguda, these guys did really well. And as it stands, if it ends the way it ends, Enugu Rangers with Aqua United losing, Eyimba winning, it looks like Enugu Rangers might just secure a continental position come next season.
All right, and I just have to do this. I really would not have loved to do it, but I never gave them a chance. But they shocked me.
Nigeria are the 9th champions in this competition. History for Nigeria. 9 times champions.
Say a little prayer for the Falcons. Don't say we be winning, we be champions. You know that we're super woman. We just keep it moving cause we're stronger. Oshola is a player. Nigeria we support. Oparanozi is a player. Nigeria we support. Odega is a player.
I tell you, Nigeria we support. Oshola is definitely a player, I tell you. She is a player, yes. I see Sato Oshola, the former Liverpool forward, helped end Nigeria a first win at the 2019 Women's World Cup and all but end South Korea's hopes of reaching the last 16. Nigeria went ahead when defender Kim Do-young volleyed past her own keeper, and the ex-Arsenal player Oshola held off a defender before rounding the goalkeeper to score Nigeria's second goal. South Korea, who faced Norway in their third and final group match on Monday, have yet to score or earn a point. Nigeria will confirm a place in the knockout stages if they beat host France, one of the tournament favorites, on Monday in Rennes. However, they could also advance as one of the 4 best third-placed teams. Let me quote Thomas Dernaby after the game. He said, "We said when we started that we wanted to be in the last 16. Nothing has changed," said Nigeria boss Thomas Dernaby. "We already have a good team spirit, but maybe this win will give us a little bit more. Now we go to play France, a really good team. If we can come out with a point, everyone would be extremely happy." Having qualified for the World Cup after finishing 5th at the 2018 Asian Cup, South Korea anchored at the bottom of the Group A with a goal difference of -6. All right, Victor, let me come to you. Did that win come as a surprise to you? I personally would not pretend like I gave them a chance. I did not give them that chance. How shocking was that win for you?
Well, not too shocking. I said it was going to end in a draw, actually, but then Nigeria did the bidding. When you look at this is one game that you say that the result, which is the most important statistics, because every other way it went South Korea's way, and I think that South Koreans played better. But I noticed there was something about these Falcons. From the 70th minute, it looked like they got awake again. Asisa Oshoala actually got that goal in the 75th minute. A beautiful goal, you've got to say. And we saw some new revelations. We saw Chidima Okeke, who actually gave Asisa Oshoala, who actually assisted her. And another person in the team that was exemplary today, Chiamaka Nadozie, that is the goalkeeper. The coach Thomas Dernaby, he didn't play Tochukwu Oluweyi, and of course Chiamaka did really well as she made close to 3 really crucial saves. Amazing for that for her, and I think she might have just sealed her spot in the Super Falcons. But now it goes down to the wire. The last game against France. Can Nigeria do it against France? A draw might just see them through to this round of 16 as third best team, third place team. We just hope that eventually they find out to I don't know how they did it today. Find out to crack that solid defense of France. But then, if you ask me, miracles do happen.
Okay, that means he's scared. Basically, the Enyimba game is in the 78th minute, and Enyimba is still leading 2-0 against Akwa United. But I don't like bad news too much because it's been coming off lately. But let's just savor the good display by our girls, of course, against the South Koreans. But sort of a bad news coming from the MPFL. Victor, we hear Kano Pillars, they finally been fined. Same with Rabiu Ali, he was banned actually. The club was fined 8 million naira and they'll be playing 3 home matches behind closed doors. They also were hit with suspended 3-point deduction. Ali was banned for 12 games. Is this good enough?
I think it's fair enough. I know some persons are clamoring for more. We knew from the very start that the very moment if the LMC wants to give any punishment, particularly towards Kano Pillars, it has to be monetary. But and I feel they were in a really tight position because at this stage in the competition, this is not like the normal league. This is the Super 6. So do you deduct points from them in the Super 6? You really don't know. But then there's a suspended 3-point deduction which will take effect from next season if there is a reoccurrence of this particular incident, and then they'll also be playing behind closed doors. And of course, they've been fined 8 million naira. I think it's fair, particularly for Rabiu Ali. I think that is justice. The guy did something outrageous, and of course, they began to bring up the legal terms. Some said he didn't assault the referee, he simply accosted the referee, and as such, for accosting, he got himself 12 matches ban from the MPFL. I just think that would eventually, it's a good one, however, and let's see if the LMC would ensure that these punishments, these sanctions are fully adhered to.
All right, let's move to the Super Eagles, where Villarreal winger Samuel Chukwueze has been named among the top 50 under 20 players in the world for the 2018-2019 season by celebrated French sports daily L'Equipe. The Nigerian international has been ranked 25th out of the 50 talented players. He ranked higher than Chelsea's Mason Mount, Benfica's Getson Fernandes, Manchester United's Diogo Dalot, and Real Madrid's Brahim Diaz. Arsenal winger Reece Nelson, who spent last season on loan at 1899 Hoffenheim, is 21st on the list of players. National team coach Gennaro was contacted to discuss the key attributes of the winger, whom he handed a debut to in November 2018 against Uganda. This is what Ross told the newspaper. I said he can become a very good player. He has a very good left foot. He's fast. He has a low center of gravity that gives him balance. Last season, Chukwueze participated in 38 games across all competitions for Villarreal, scoring 8 goals and providing 3 assists. Amazing run, I tell you, and of course, a lot of people are asking for that, boys. Of course, if you could join their teams. Meanwhile, Chelsea are prepared to part company with Nigeria international Kenneth Omeruo in the summer transfer window, provided an interested club meet their asking price. The Spanish sports newspaper Marca has reported that Chelsea have turned down a bid of €4 million from CD Leganes for the Super Eagles star because it did not meet their valuation. It will take in the region of €6 million to convince the Blues to sell the centre-back who arrived Stamford Bridge from Sunshine Stars in 2012. The 25-year-old's priority is to remain at CD Leganes after an outstanding season in which he played 31 games in all competitions. Though Leganes want to sign Omeruo on a permanent deal, he's also on the radar of Spanish and German clubs. Of course, another player we do wish well. But Victor, Kenneth Omeruo is one of the players who have been out of Chelsea. He's not even worn a Chelsea jersey to play for, featuring a game outside Ola Aina. For these two players, I would want your candid opinion. Would you want them to maybe stick it out for with other teams? Of course, we know Chelsea are still battling with their transfer ban and issues. Do you think they could come back to Chelsea and get a chance, or for you, they should stick with the likes of Leganes and Torino?
They would not come back to Chelsea. That's the truth. We see this happen, particularly with Chelsea. I mean, when we talk about Chelsea, we say they have 41 players out on loan, and the possibilities of the 41. From the 41, there are really some really amazing names. I mean, from the 41, Tammy Abraham is one of them. We have Victor Moses also is one of them. So many names, so many Chelsea players that are actually on loan. The possibilities of them coming back is almost not. It's not going to happen. I think where you have game time, where you enjoy, where they are, they both play crucial roles where they are. I mean, we see Kenneth Omeruo. He was game in, game out. He was a mainstay in the 11 of CD Leganes. Same thing for Ola Aina Torino, and these guys are actually doing very well. And really, Ola Aina, they're also they both teams rather are still in the top flight division. No one is going back to the second division, and I think it's a great opportunity. The both of them would have to stick with their clubs because this is where they have an opportunity to play, and this is where they enjoy football.
All right, let's move over to England, where former England captain Rio Ferdinand has been named as the Football Association's lead ambassador for Euro 2020, and he revealed he would be open to a return to Manchester United in the role of a technical director. United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is prepared to work alongside a technical director to split responsibilities. Ferdinand, who's 40 years of age, and ex-teammate Darren Fletcher have both held discussions, and we of course do wish Ferdinand well in that one. Meanwhile, of course, we know of this one already. Manchester United, they finally completed the signing of Wales winger Daniel James from Swansea City for an initial fee of about £15 million. The 21-year-old who has signed a 5-year contract is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first signing since he succeeded Jose Mourinho as manager. Swansea Academy graduate James scored 5 goals in 38 appearances during a breakthrough 2018-2019 season. This is one of the best days of my life, he said. James, whose father, Kievan, died suddenly last month, started both of Wales' recent Euro 2020 qualifying defeats by Croatia and Hungary. Of course, a new Red Devil added to the mix right there. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi, Barcelona and Argentina forward Lionel Messi is the world's highest paid athlete, earning $127 million. That's £99.8 million in the past 12 months, according to Forbes Top 100 ranking. Juventus Portugal forward Cristiano Ronaldo is second with £85.6 million, with Paris Saint-Germain Brazil forward Neymar third with £82.5 million. What's he still doing there? Last year's highest earner boxer Floyd Mayweather has dropped off the list. Serena Williams is the only woman in the top 100, earning $29.2 million. That's £22.9 million in the process. We also have the likes of Anthony Joshua, Lewis Hamilton, and all that. But Victor, quickly on this one, does money really justify who is a better player? Despite everything we hear of Lionel Messi, he still gets to be the highest paid.
Well, it doesn't.
Or the biggest earner?
It doesn't. Now the biggest earner it's not just tied to how much your club is paying you. It's definitely due to your revenue, and it's no surprise that the first three of the top 100 athletes, richest athlete or highest paid athletes are actually footballers. No doubt about that. No shocks at all. But I don't think that has any issue to do with your quality of play. I mean, Neymar is on that list. He's in the top 10. You ask yourself. I don't think it does.
All right, before we run out of the studio, let me run through some quick transfer beats making the rounds. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola is considering a sabbatical from football at the end of next season if he wins the Champions League. Meanwhile, United have made contact with Barcelona, of course. We told you yesterday over signing Croatian midfielder Ivan Rakitic. We also hear that Man United have made an improved offer to Sporting Lisbon for Bruno Fernandes. Meanwhile, Ajax Dutch defender Matthias de Ligt, 19, says he does not know what my heart says. That's him speaking there, but will decide on his future while on holidays. But we also hear that PSG, his agent has traveled over to PSG to actually complete a move right there. And of course, the rumors continue for Chelsea. Frank Lampard, we hear Maximiliano Allegri, we also hear, and somewhere, someone is mentioning Jose Mourinho to take over if Mauricio Sarri finally joins Juventus. On that note, we call it a wrap on today's edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. I did the show with Victoria here. I remain your Superman in the world of sports, a man who can never leave football for snowball. Wisdom Obina. And as always, go out tonight and have for yourself a football field evening. I think Eimba, they are already champions of Nigeria, if you ask me.
Talk radio. My bed is final. I want you to know that I love you so.
If you guys are ready to have a good time, let me hear y'all make some noise right now.
Yeah, that's right. You're listening to Entertainment
Recap
on Today 95.1 FM.
Who's the girl on the radio?
What's up, P? Hey City is the classy, sassy, cool radio diva, MJ Sampson, and you're listening to Entertainment Recap.
Control number,
Your vibe right now. At some point I was like, what is this guy saying? I decided to play this song for some obvious reasons. Yeah, I think I love some part of the song, and he reminds me of a friend of mine. He's gonna kill me right now. Chudi. He sounds like Chudi whenever he's doing his freestyle and all of that. But that was Crystal Boy, and he calls that one melody. I decided to play that song for all of these upcoming artists. Listen, guys, I love the beats. But then try to give us words that we are going to understand and hear what you're saying. And all of these, you know. Why am I starting the show this way, guys? It is Entertainment Recap, your favorite evening entertainment show. Only on your premium talk radio today, 95.1 FM. Of course, my name is Majesty Sampson, the one and only Radio Majesty. And I missed you guys a lot. I'm going to start off the show with birthdays. Some obvious reasons, because Alima Abubakar is trending on Instagram. Well, she posted a couple of pictures to celebrate her birthday today. Today is her birthday, and people have been blasting her. There's one that she didn't really wear anything under it, and she took it down and put it up again. My question is, why did she take it down? You know, she is massive. She has everything endowed. She is complete, and we were not expecting all of these pictures in our faces, but there it was. Another person as well that we're celebrating her birthday today is I wanted to say Davido's former girlfriend and also baby mama, but she is anyway. Sophia Momodu. Today is also her birthday, and this is the interesting part of hers. Davido actually wished her a happy birthday. It's not him wishing her a happy birthday like normally, but what he said, let me read it. He posted a picture of her on his story, and then he wrote, "Happy birthday, Mama Ima Day. Thank you for taking care of our princess." And he used the love emoji. I don't know why people, whenever Davido posts something or comments on something, people always tag Choma into it. Listen, as one of a Biscuit Crush would say, Davido doesn't sleep with a woman twice. But I don't know how true that is, but somebody was telling Choma like that on Instagram. Today is Sophia's birthday, and yes, there's nothing wrong in Davido wishing her happy birthday. And also today is David Joshua's birthday. Yup. So if today is a birthday, happy birthday to you, and those are the people you are celebrating your birthday with. And let's not forget that today it's Wednesday. Of course, it's our Woman Crush Wednesday, and you'll be wondering who are we crushing on today. It is a very old Nollywood actress, Chika Ike. I do not know why Trace actually wants us to crush on this lady, but for me, I think why we should crush on her is among every other Nollywood actress, she's gone far. She went to business school, I think in the UK. Is it Harvard? One of those schools, I think it's Harvard. Yeah, Harvard Business School. And I heard she owned a private, is this ship Abby boat? And now she'll be planning, she's planning on launching her cosmetics line. Yep. And she'll be doing that in August this year. Me, I can't wait to basically, what's it going to be? Is it powder, foundation, lipstick, or we have lots of lipstick from our celebrities now, but this should be something different. I think, or I would love her to actually produce powder and foundation. Like, do something outside what every other celebrity has been doing, because that's what she said she's going to do. I mean, I've been cracking my head since. You can imagine, how is that my business, what she wants to do? But I really want her to do powder. Come on. She was doing adverts for other people about this powder like that. I don't want to do marketing for them, so I will not mention it. If you go to her IG page, you'll see it. So she said she'll be coming up with her own brand, something like that. So it might be a powder or a foundation. I don't know. We are all waiting for August to come for us to see what she wants to do. Well, enough of me talking, guys. Let's head straight to the favorite and most important part of our show, which is a celebrity guess who. And I think I'm owing recharge card to two persons. I forgot. It is when I was about starting the show, I was like, ooh, Ozioma. Yeah, Ozioma and Gabriel. I think it's two of them that I'm owing airtime. So maybe my winner for today, and then the two of them, I will just send all of the airtimes at once. Let's quickly head straight to our song. As always, you'll be calling me up to tell me who the artist is, what is the title of the song, and who did they feature as well in the song. So here comes our song. Right, I think I played enough of it already. So call me up and tell me who did the song. 0817-000951 or 0810-951-0951. What is the name of the artist, the title of the song, and who did the person or the artist featured? I wanted to say who did he or her featured, but he's obviously a guy. So call me up and tell me who the person is. 0817-000951 or 0810-951-0951. Moving on to more stories. Sandra Ihua, she's actually a Nigerian based in America and right in US rather. Now, she blasted Ubi Franklin. I'm trying to get the story so I can tell you guys what she said. Obviously, she is pregnant in this picture. I don't know what people are saying. People are saying that she just folded clothes and then she kept it inside her tummy. So it won't be obvious that. So she'll start telling people that she's pregnant when she is not. Listen, she went as far as even uploading another picture of her not even covering her tummy. And she has called Ubi Franklin out saying he impregnated 5 girls on a row. And she said, who does that? Who actually go as far as impregnating people? You've been a friend for quite some time and I've respected you for everything you've done. But this one is a sign of disrespect. What do you call a man who dates 5 women at the same time, 3 kept the pregnancy and 2 forced to have an abortion? So she's trying to say that she was among, the other slide, she said that she was shocked when a friend like Ubi would ask her to do something that she wasn't ready to. So she was among the 2 that Ubi Franklin actually asked to, have an abortion, and she refused. Remember that Ubi Franklin already has 2 children from separate mothers. Okay, the 3rd one. And then now again, this one, he has like 4 kids. Wow. Ubi has like 4 kids. And this is Sandra coming out to say he was dating 5 women at the same time. Now, you guys knew that he's dating this person. Why do you still go into relationship with him? But the comment section, somebody said, is it not because of his money? You knew he had someone and you still stick. You were there and you were enjoying everything. Now, why are you complaining? We know Nigerians will always talk, but Ubi Franklin is a businessman and the rest they say is history. But what do you guys think about that? I don't have much to say, but the fact that she knew that there are other ladies there, why then did you go ahead? He already has kids, like 3, and then plus you're coming in, he asked you to do this and you said no, and now you're coming out to blast him. Does that really make sense? I think you guys should have to sit down and talk about it than coming out to draw him out. People are waiting for Ubi Franklin to come out to say something, but just me, cases like this, Ubi is always mute. He doesn't say anything at all. But then this is somebody that always talks about her belongings, her properties all the time on social media. I'm talking about Blessing Okoro. We all know the popular blogger. Is she the popular? Okay, yeah. She brags about having a house that wasn't hers and that was owned by an easy blah, blah, blah. But right now, she has come out to say that she's actually, her name has the most popular hashtag in the world. We're going to talk about that more when I take this call. It's quite funny. Hello, good evening to the FM 951.
Good evening, I'm calling from Opo.
All right, Ozioma, I'm owing you a charge card, but then go ahead. Who did the song I played?
The person I did the song is Max Niger featuring Nicholas Peruzzi, Perry, and Hacking.
Did you say Max Niger? What did you say, Max? Mix Niger?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ozioma. I wanted to say something, but I think I will have to hold it till I'm done with the show. Then I will just say it. So people started calling out Blessing, and they were like, "You started again. You will not stay at a place." At first, you were bragging about how you own a house, how you own this property, and now you've come out. People went as far as Googling, like, she doesn't even have up to 5,000 hashtags. Why do people do this? Nigerians, you guys are savage. Like they went as far as going on Twitter to do hashtag. You know how many numbers, many people have done hashtag Blessing Okoro. It will pop up. Like if you go on Instagram now and then you post and then you use the hashtag, maybe hashtag Kim, you see thousands. And she's come out to say, like, she's never reached half of Kim Kardashian's hashtag. People have been blasting us since morning on social media. Hello, CFM951. Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, good evening.
I promise, please turn down the volume of your set. Please turn down the volume.
I've done that.
It's still echoing, but then go ahead.
Are you under the weather?
Kinda. It's really affecting me, right? You can hear.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, go ahead.
I don't want to guess. I want to talk about that blessing. See that blessing? Me personally, what I go do and if you come up again. Me personally, I will arrange people that will run her down. If you again. I will finish him on Instagram. I will finish her. Let him come up. I'm waiting.
Please, she's already up on Instagram bragging. Go there. Let me go and see comments. I love this kind of fight. Oh Lord, MJ, look at your life. Keep the calls coming, guys. 0817000951 or 08109510 I was fighting this so hard, but then promise somehow got to find out what was happening. But it's okay. Meanwhile, great news. MC Galaxy gives his longtime producer T-Spice a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Ooh, is it C200? I'm not really good with cars, but he said that when he did the song Sick Him, he didn't really have enough money. He didn't pay complete because he wasn't having enough money. And right now, God has blessed him. He had no option than to just, come back to memory lane and then do something. And that's why he had to gift him that car. And on the other hand, I think Zlatan also bought a car for his producer as well, and he shared it on social media. Now, people have been saying that when God blesses you, I think you should also bless other people, especially your producers that did good music for you, so you guys can be up there. And also, Simi, she takes the side of being a feminist, and people have been calling her out. Listen, she has come out to say that she doesn't care, and she gave her reasons why she is a proud feminist. Now, according to Simi, she said, I am a feminist because I believe women deserve equal opportunities and rights as men. And I don't know why people are calling her out. We are entitled to our opinions. I wouldn't say I am a feminist. We are all entitled to whatever we say. And this is her, and people have been calling her out. And I like the fact that she's not responding. She's not responding at all. People are there now. Come on, you guys should go and blast them and leave my Simi alone. But that's where we wrap up the show on Entertainment Recap. My name is Majesty Samson, your one and only Radio Majesty. Ozioma, I'm very sorry. Okay, it's not what do you call it? Mix Ninja. It's actually T Classic. Now T Classic is signed to Mix Ninja Entertainment, so it's not really T Classic. So I am sorry, nobody won my recharge card tonight. Do have yourself a beautiful night rest.
Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
beautiful evening to you. Happy Independence Day. I'm sure you had a beautiful holiday. Oh, wow. It does. I don't know how you feel about it, but then I used to feel like holidays, not weekends though. When just one holiday comes up like this, it means the whole world to me. I hope you spent it very well, and I hope everything's going well with you. My name is Buchi Rafoy, and it is time for Area Talk. The station is Today 95.1 FM, your number one premium talk sports radio station. And the program is Area Talk. And on Area Talk, the drill. We'll talk about things happening in our area. Just like now, someone just told me it's raining, but I don't know where exactly. I don't even know if it's raining here because I haven't been outside. But I'd love to hear from you. That's what we do here on Area Talk. We actually tell each other what's going on in our community, be it the weather, be it drainage, whatever is happening, you share with us here on the program. And my name is Buchi Rafoy. I'll be your host for the evening, and we'll be talking about whatever news and whatever story you bring to the table for us to talk on. And on Area Talk, we'll start with something that actually happened at Bayelsa State. So there was actually a court clash there at Bayelsa State, and it was reported by leadership that 2 youth suspected to be cultists were beheaded in the Fangbe community of Yenagwa local government area of Bayelsa State, and this during a supremacy battle between rival cult groups, that's Greenlanders and Debam, also known as Bobos. Okay, I haven't heard that one before. I only get to hear Deban here in the studio from my callers. They have another name, and it's Bobos. Okay, so back to the reports. 3 other persons were also killed in the rival cult clashes in different locations in Obele, St. Peter's Church, and Swali in Yenagwa, that's the state capital. Although the cause of the bloody clash remains a bit sketchy, but they were able to gather that it was allegedly started with the killing of a senior ranking member of the Bobos, which is Debam, by the rival group. So sources said that a Greenlander was macheted to death in front of a church along Swadi Road. Others were killed inside the notorious Obele area during the confrontation between the cult groups. And some residents claimed that the battle was between the Obele boys and the St. Peter's boys. The incident has forced the residents to move out of the troubled zone as the boys move about with their dangerous weapons. But one of the residents said that the killing of a leader of the Greenlanders was responsible for the renewed war. An indigene of Fambe community who pleaded anonymity said that the beheading of the youth did not occur in the area but in Obele. But the spokesman of Bayelsa State Police Command, DSP Asine Botswat, confirmed the developments as he said, we have responded by conducting repeated raids on black spots in the area and strategizing on how to apprehend the ring leaders. But he, however, declined comments on the casualty level, saying we have not even discovered dead bodies yet. But it was reported by some sources, according to the leadership, that quite a number, two of the cultists were actually beheaded. It's really unfortunate. And with all those things going on, with all those things happening, you still see some young, agile, good-looking, well, strong, able young boys getting into things like this. But all in all, we just hope, I don't know, whatever appeals to their conscience, whatever speaks to their conscience, I hope it speaks well to them and open their eyes in whatever it is they are getting themselves involved in. That's a report from Bayelsa State. Some other things are happening in other parts of the South, which is, of course, what we get to talk about here on the program. But I'll put up the phone line so you can call in and share your eyewitness reports on what's going on in your community. I'd love to hear from those at Rumodogo what exactly is happening, if the boys have been spoken with, and why, probably they said why they burned the house, or you've gotten more information on what went down at Rumodogo some days back. Would really, really love to hear from you. Meanwhile, here in Rivers State, the traditional rulers in Ikwere local government area have welcomed the decision of the council to contract the services of OSPAC So the chairman of Equerry Council of Traditional Rulers, that's Eze Blessing Wago, at the security summit in Isiokpo, said the presence of OSPAC will help check the activities of criminals in the area. So Eze Wago added that it is in the best interest of Equerry local government that's to have OSPAC, the presence of OSPAC in their community. Hopefully they can sleep with their two eyes closed. But then you heard from Emenike yesterday that called from Ndele community, talking about the shootouts that, he alleged that OSPAC shots were shooting and probably the stray bullets hit a young boy in that community. And then someone sent in an SMS and said the person that was hit was his brother, and they were actually after some hoodlums, some gang, or a particular person in that gang. But I don't know, he didn't say exactly how the bullet got to his brother. But I'd love to hear from you today. If you could call in and give us more details on what exactly happened and what they are after. While Emenike is complaining about that, many other communities are really pleading for the presence of OSPAC in their communities. And it's actually beautiful to see that. Well, we believe in the system. We believe in our security. We know the police are our friends. We know they are always there for us. We know that they secure our lives and properties. We know that they are on the road to make sure we have a safe journey to our destinations. But it's unfortunate that some persons feel like they cannot do enough. But it's actually good to see that we actually believe that OSPAC could actually deliver to some extent in security while they work with the police and other security agency. But I'd love to hear from you what's going on in your community. Like I said earlier, the lines are up. It's 0817-0000951 or 0810-951-0951. Just before I take this calls coming in, I would love to hear from those communities that have vocational centers in their community. Probably it's not functional, or there's something wrong with it, or you need some something. Whatever community have vocational centers, please, I would love to hear from you and what the state or what state it is in currently. If it's raining in your area, please call in and let's know. If you're in traffic, oh my God, those at Oyibo, I'd love to hear from you if you're in traffic around that part of the state, what it is like and how far they've gone with walking on the road. Good evening. Turn off your radio set.
Hello, Buchi?
Ewa Burama, my dear caller.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Ewa Burama.
I walk.
Walk is beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Buchi, I beg. I talk about my community road, Umodogo. I will not leave to the government because we are suffering. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, no way to enter that community. So, let government help. I heard the start, not the year. Let all of them know that there's a road, there's a community we want to go. Where I never see anything like road for their life. Nothing like road for their life. So let government and the road in space. Let government help us to do that road. Let our governor. Let the help us. It's our governor. Let the help us. And the one NDC. The one NDC said they want walk. They want to do the profit for our road. Let them come and do it well so that we can use the road. We can pass for that road and bring our food. Because this is the only place without food. That road where they go dig. So let them come and help us. Even in light, nothing like the present government does for our place. Say, this is what government do for you. No, nothing like that in my community. Light, no way. School, no way. Water, no way. No, this is. We are suffering. We are crying. Let them hear our cry. Will be my own person. Let me hear our cry now. Because for that day when they are in talk, he said the guy budget this year, said that's our road. But I see surprised. That road, see that he don't see. Now nobody talk about the road. So let me report.
All right.
Let me report.
All right, you
because I'm not it's like that whether they give for Rumujina, whether they will help us, whether I go to government. Government whatever put land to make sure that light reach my community Umodogo. This is our day here. Let me report to revive this light for good 3 years now. We have never seen anything like light. Today, I call this session where they are talking about ball. The ball, we just a year for here. We don't hear for high. Now, light, we will just see something. Light. We will put television, what the light. Let the airport. Because we see the human being. We will work for the airport. Thank you.
Not true. Thank you very much, Iwaburama. 95.1 FM.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. Oh dear. I lost your call. Please call back and let's get your eyewitness reports. But just before I get back to the phone lines, we'll be going on a short commercial now. Stay tuned.
Insecurity has become a common factor in our general language within the Nigerian space, no doubt. Not only has it become a threat, it has begun taking diverse dimension we cannot ignore, where cultism spreads and breeds evil in its every wake. A solution we seek. A desire to stop the trend is imminent. And as your number one talk station, we have taken the challenge to champion this discourse and prefer solutions. Join us at our Anti-Cultism Summit on the 6th of July at 9 a.m. Be part of the solution.
Hi, Mommy.
Hello, my love. Missing me already?
Yes, Mommy. When are you coming?
Oh, next week, darling. And I'll be bringing delicious meals for you and all your friends.
Okay, Mommy. I can't wait to see you. Love you.
Love you too.
She says she's bringing food next week.
All of you, keep quiet. Oh yeah, fetch my water now. I can't be late for assembly.
Yes, SP.
Tunde, you're exempted.
Good taste creates great memories. Relive the memory of delicious meals cooked with Mr. Chef's Seasoning Cubes. Available in multiple variants. Mr. Chef's Seasoning Cubes are available at your nearest market or superstore. Mr. Chef's Seasoning Cubes, creating delightful memories.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
The criminals we're talking about, Okada men and Keke drivers, and most of the motorists are part of the criminal gangs. Let me even bring to your notice that recently we arrested 6 drivers who have connived with these young men from God is Good and Arutis. I won't mention their names because when we arrested the criminals, they said, sir, we won't go down alone. There are those who share the money with us. The drivers connived with them, carry passengers from Owerri, carry passengers from wherever. We have been shouting, don't take the community routes anymore. Take the major road if you're coming from Owerri. No, these drivers will get to Omorelu and make stories and divert into Omorelu Road and take Ubima and take Omademe. And they get there because they have arranged themselves. The rest of the bus will come out. The driver will match break and raise his hand. And the bus will come out, drag everybody. Only the driver will disappear with the bus. Sometimes they will even drag both the driver and leave him. Later he will discharge both the bus.
So that was the chairman of the Query Council, the in person of Samuel Nwano-CK, and he disclosed that 6 persons who allegedly connive with commercial bus drivers applying the Port Harcourt Owerri Road have been arrested and